my friends, are you ready to DIY craft some useful and fun home decor pieces that I think if you're nostalgic like me, you're going to fall in love with? So let's go ahead and get started. For this project, you're going to need a 12-inch wood round with a lip on it. And I purchased these in a 2-pack from Michael's. And you'll also need some paint. Now I'm going to be using this Americana Deco art in Snow White called Titanium White. And I'm going to be using that. And I'm going to paint the inside of my tray white. So let's get going on that. I'm also using this neat little brush I got at Walmart. And it's by their Hello Hobby line. And it's a premium base coat brush. And I've used these for years. And they are so good. I really love these brushes. I'll have them linked for you just in case you want to check them out. Because they're really affordable too. I think the 2-pack was only like $3 or something. So yeah, hello. All right, and then we painted it with 2 coats of the white, titanium white, the Americana. Now, for our next step, we are going to add this cute little Hershey's decal. Oops, River's announcing someone's coming. And we're just going to put it down in the center of our wood round as best we can. All right, and so once we have it down, then we're just going to remove the transfer tape. Now I'm going to take some of this. I actually got a couple different colors. I picked up this Americana in a burnt umber, but I like this apple barrel matte burnt umber better because it's more of the dark chocolate look that I'm looking for. So it looks just like the Hershey color. So that's what we're going to do. And I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to stencil around it with a makeup sponge. You can also use a spouncer too if you like that. I don't think I have. Do I have any spouncers? I don't think I do. So I'm just going to use this. And I'm just going to spounce around my design, and that way it'll kind of seal the edges. And then we'll paint the whole tray front and back. And then once we have it painted with our dark brown, look at that brown. Doesn't it look so yummy? Oh no, I've already got paint all over me. Anyway, we're moving on. And we're going to now take and remove our decal. And I'm just going to use my X-Acto knife to do that. And then once we have it peeled, we have what looks like this. How cute is that? All right, now I'm going to add a bit of detail to mine, and I'm going to take some sandpaper, and I'm going to add detail to the outer edge of my project. Okay, and then once we have our edges sanded, we're left with this cute little tray, which I think is adorable. Now, what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to take mine out and I'm going to give it a few good coats of this satin clear enamel by Rust-Oleum. Now, if you prefer to use something else, then go right ahead. But once this Rust-Oleum cures, then it is food safe. Now, there's a difference between eating off of it and it being food safe, just so you know. Now, this is going to be food safe, so you can't necessarily put your food on there and then eat off of it or like cut on it like a cutting board, but you can use this as a serving tray. And then once we have it sprayed with our clear coat, look at how pretty that is. I love that sheen. And this is what we have. Now you could just leave it like this without handles, which I actually do love it that way. But I'm going to use mine for carrying my s'mores supplies to my fire pit area. And so I'm going to add handles. Now, you can drill the handles through or you can put screws in there, whatever. I do have the hardware for these handles, the screws. But I think since it's going to be such a light thing, it's not like, you know, I mean, how heavy can chocolate and marshmallows and graham crackers get, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's not like we're going to be carrying anything heavy. So I think what I'm going to use, but this is actually going to work because it's very strong. Once it cures, it's like you can't hardly get it apart. But I'm going to use some of this Gorilla adhesive. So I'm just going to take and put just a little dollop, just the tiniest little bit. All right, so now we got just a little dollop on there. Let's see how this goes. Now I have marked the spots where I want these handles, so let's just put them in place. And then we're just going to let that dry, and then I'll show you once it's dried what the handles look like. All right, my friends, what did you think of this project? I think it turned out quite cute. I love that Hershey logo with that brown paint. It looks just like a chocolate bar. It makes you want to take a bite out of it. All right, now we're going to move on to our next project. And this one, dare I say, we got a little hot, but not in the way you think, which is quite ironic because the product that inspired this DIY is quite refreshing. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, my crafty friends, we're outside on my porch and we are going to do a DIY rug. We're going to make our own rug. So I thought it would be nice to be outside, but now I'm kind of changing my mind because it's like 900 degrees out here, but we're gonna suffer through. And hopefully the neighbor's babies won't cry, the neighbor's dog won't bark, hopefully all that stuff won't happen. Anyway, we'll see. But, so I made this little cutout with some stencil paper, just like it's like the shelf liner you can buy at Walmart, and it's just the inexpensive brand. And so I cut out this decal, and it's a Coca-Cola logo, and I'm so excited because I'm making this for my laundry room. My laundry room is like Coca-Cola themed, so vintage Coca-Cola theme, so that's what I'm hopefully going to make this rug for, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, I made this decal cutout and I'm just going to peel it, and then we're going to attach it to this fun rug I bought. And I bought the rug at let's see if I can show it to you. I bought the rug at Walmart, and it's nice. It's like just an inexpensive little rug, and I think it'll be perfect for my laundry room because, you know, that gets a lot of like scuffing and coming in and out of the garage, so nothing too fancy out there. Anyways, we're going to finish peeling this. And all right, so now we have this off. We have the letters out, but I've seen people put a transfer tape on this to put it onto their rug, but I've also seen people just take this and put it onto their rug. So I don't know, am I brave enough to like just do it on the rug without the transfer tape? I don't really know, because I don't think this is going to stick well enough to the rug. Let's see, let's give it a whirl here. Let's just tear the corner up and see. Can you hear that cardinal? He is really singing up a storm. All right, let's see how sticky it is. Actually, it's pretty sticky, so maybe I will do a little bit of a transfer tape deal. So let me go get some transfer tape, and then we'll see what we can do as far as getting this down to our rug. Okay, and now we have it peeled off. We're going to stick it down onto our rug. It's centered. Now, since I have the lump in the center here, I'm going to press that down first and then press out from there. So, hopefully. Oh, and did I mention it's 900 degrees out here? I'm sweating it up, man. You're seeing me all sweaty Betty. Welcome to the Sweaty Betty Show. Anyway, all right, so now we're going to try, I say, fingers crossed, and peel our transfer tape off of our design. So, I don't know. This looks pretty sticky. I'm hopeful, but I think I'm just going to have to take it very slow. Oh, please forgive the airplane going by. Oh boy. Between airports, lawn maintenance, babies crying. Oh, yeah. Quite a test out here. All right, so now we have our stencil on our rug. We are going to stencil it. Now, I was going to spray paint it, but I think that the spray paint will get underneath this because the rug is kind of a knobby kind of weave to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use this fabric paint by Tulip. And I got this at Walmart, and I'll have it linked below for you. And I was also going to try this, but I think that will... I was going to roll it on, but I think that's going to tear up my stencil as well, like it'll stick to it. But anyways, if you're interested, I got this at Walmart, and it's their Hello Hobby, and it looks really cute. I can't wait to use it for another project. Anyway, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to move our rug over. We're going to put our paint down on our plate, and I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to use this big, stiff bristle brush just to kind of get in there but not under. So we'll see. I mean, this I'm winging it. I've never done this before, but I've seen it done, and I wanted to do it today, and I thought, why not take you guys along with my journey here, my sweaty crafting journey. So anyways, because you could do this with any kind of rug. That's what I love about it. And you can customize it too. You could make these for gifts if you made them personalized with a family name on them or initials or whatever you wanted. You could do them for fall if you wanted, like, say, a custom rug for yourself, but you didn't want to pay custom rug prices. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's see. Roll up my sleeves here. Remove all of River's little sparkle. If you have dogs or cats, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, okay, so let's try this. Are you guys ready? Oh my goodness, I'm kind of nervous, honestly, because this paint is very runny. I don't know, should I use acrylic? But I want it to last, so I want to use the fabric paint. So let's see. Oh gosh, it's really runny, but let's give it a whirl. Oh my goodness, let's try over here. If you like what you see so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Oh, I kind of like it. I kind of like it, guys. Let's see. Let's just keep going. We're just going to keep going. And I think this is going to work. So let me... Oh, I got a little over here. Yikes. Okay. Let me just dab this. I'm going to dab this side, and I want to just peel it up a little bit and see if it's giving a crisp line or not. Oh, it is, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so let's continue on. Now, let's not get too ahead of our skis, or what is it, over our skis? Because I have a tendency to do that with crafts. I get excited, and the next thing you know, I'm like, oh no, I ruined it. Anyway, all right, let's continue on. This is one of those crafts that you have to really be patient with, I'm finding out. So just pack your patience. Put on your favorite music or podcast or whatever you want. Or just silence. Or like me, the neighbors, the babies. No, actually pretty quiet now. Everybody got their stuff out of the way. No one's crazy enough to be out here because it's 900 degrees. Like me. 900 degrees with, like, you know, 200% humidity. Practically swimming. All right, now, as I'm painting this with this fabric paint, I'm noticing that since my rug is so dark red, that the paint it's really a thin, like, nice paint, and as I dab it on, it's kind of turning pink, which isn't that bad. I mean, I don't really mind the pink, but what I'm thinking is, because every time I let it dry a little bit in between, it gets a little bit whiter. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead and let this coat dry. All right, so it's been drying out here for a little bit, and I gave it 4 coats of the fabric paint. Now, if you use like an acrylic paint, it probably would be a lot quicker maybe. I don't know. Would it last as long? I'm not sure. But anyway, so I'd already committed to the fabric paint, so I went with it. But now we're going to peel it and see if it was successful. Ooh, I love it. What do you guys think? Oh, look at how cute it is. Oh, I love it. Look at it. Oh my goodness, I love it. And take this off. Make sure not to get it's still a little wet on the stencil part. I can't believe how crisp the lines are. Can you believe that? I'm very happy with that. That's what I was trying to achieve. So I think we did it. We did it. We did it. All right. Let me get these peeled off and I'll show it to you. And you have to let this dry 72 hours before it can be washed or walked on. So anyway, I think it turned out amazing. Look at this. Look at it. What do you guys think? Oh, I better get my hand. Oh my goodness. Look. Don't you love it? Oh my gosh. I love it so much. What do you guys think? Turned out perfect, don't you think, guys? Oh, I love it. I probably could have moved it a little bit further up, but that's okay because I'm going to put it right in front of my washer dryer area. So look at it. How pretty is that? I love it. All right. When it dries, I'll show you in my laundry room where I put it. All right, my friends, what did you think of the Coca-Cola rug? I think it turned out so cute, and I'm loving it in my laundry room. I hope it inspires you guys to make one of your own. Now we're going to be moving on to our next project, and this one, we're going to be customizing time. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for this food and beverage related DIY, we're going to be taking this inexpensive clock. Now, you can find these anywhere. And I purchased this one at Walmart. I think it was like literally $5, but I've had it for probably a decade and a half. Over 15 years I've had this clock. And for the last year and a half, it hasn't even had a working battery in it. And it hangs right here in my office, and I would look up at it and get so frustrated that it didn't have a battery, but I wouldn't put the battery in. I didn't take the time. So we're taking the time to kind of zhuzh up this little clock, and I'm going to be hanging it here in my office so I can keep track of time when I'm filming or editing or doing other business related stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, and I started by taking my clock apart, and it was actually quite simple. I was amazed. I just popped the back off of it, and then I popped the glass or the plastic top off of it. And then how I got the back off, I'm going to pull my hands off of the mechanism like that, off of my little mechanism there. You'll see it in the clock face, but I don't even have to pop that out because all we have to do is pop out the clock face, which I think is so fun and easy. And you can tell how long I've had it. Look at the tape on the back, the double-sided tape that was supposed to be holding it inside there is all like, it's retro and ancient too. Like me. Anyway, all right, so now what I want to do is I want to paint the outside of my clock. And to do that, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to spray paint it with some of this espresso brown in a satin by Rust-Oleum. Now, what do they call this? A satin finish. Yes, finish. So we're going to do that. We're going to take it out and we're going to spray it. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape mine off with some painter's tape just so I can protect the battery pack and the mechanism so it doesn't get gummed up with the spray. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll continue on with our project. All right, now we have our back taped up, so now we're going to take it outside and spray it. Now we have our piece sprayed, and I love that espresso brown. It is so pretty. And also, what I love about the brown is I didn't paint the back because the back is going to go on it, so it's kind of a waste of paint, and actually a waste of time to tape this up, but I just didn't want any spray paint coming over and getting on it. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do to kind of upgrade this clock bezel a little bit is we're going to take some antique gold rub and buff, and we are going to add a little bit to the outside of our bezel, because I think that's going to really elevate the project. So let's see if that's how it works out. So let's take a little bit of the rub and buff. We'll put it on a cloth here. I think a cloth is the best way. We'll see. And this is called rub and buff, so I always forget the buff part. I just rub it on and go, whoa, and I'm so impressed that I just stop right there. I think it's really making it look more vintage. What do you guys think? Don't you love that? Ah, rub and buff. All right, so now we have this set aside to dry. And for this next step, we want to create a custom design for the inside of our clock. And to do that, I'm going to be using just some cardboard food containers. And this one I'm using is Cheez-Its. And Cheez-Its are significant to me because my father and I, when I lived at home as a young person and a child, we used to eat Cheez-Its and cheese as a snack together. And to this day, my father still eats Cheez-Its and cheese as his afternoon snack. And so whenever I'm eating Cheez-Its and cheese, I always think of my dad and those fun times together, just eating cheese and chilling out. And then this one is a beer company, and it is from Shiner, Texas. Now, this is significant to us because our dog, our yellow Labrador that we recently lost, well, I say recently, a year and a half, almost 2 years now, we lost her suddenly. And so you guys were all here for that, and you were so supportive, and I was so grateful for that because it really helped us get through it. But anyway, her name was Shiner from the Shiner beer in Shiner, Texas, her being a Texas girl. So that's where we got her from, was from Texas. And she came, it was one of our friends' dogs that was the father of our Shiner. And she was purebred Labrador, and she was a maniac. When she came, she was so wild, and we loved every minute of it. But anyway, so I thought this would be a cute clock face as well. So how you do this is I just took the bezel from my clock and I put it on my design. I traced around it with a pencil, and then I just cut it out with a sharp pair of scissors. That's what I did with this one, just to see if my project was going to work out, or the thought was going to work out. So anyway, let's go ahead and cut this out and see where we're at, because this one has a little bit of a decorative edge at the top, so it's not going to be a complete circle. So I'm going to have to work around that, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll get through it. So let's go ahead and cut this out now. Okay, that actually looks so good, and it worked out perfectly with my clock face, because when you put it on the clock face, it just looks like a design behind there. So that worked out beautifully. I'm so excited. Okay, so now I need to get the center of my round paper. So I'm just going to put this on here like this. And you'll see the back there. And then I'm just going to mark it with my pencil. All right. Okay, so now we have that done. Now, I'm wondering what's the best way to do this. I think what I'll do is I'll take my X-Acto knife and we will cut the center. All right, now that we have our cutting surface down, we're just going to take our X-Acto knife and we are going to cut out the center of our piece. All right, and then once we have that done, we have our holes cut out. We're going to take our clock face, and we need to find the top, which is the hanger right here on the back. That's the hanger. And we're now going to put our 12 o'clock right up there. But let's put some double-sided tape on there just to hold it in place. Okay, so now we're going to take it and make sure it's at the top, which looks perfect. All right, that looks so good. Okay, we're just going to stick it down so it's attached. All right, so we have that in place with our double-sided tape. Now we're going to take our cutouts and pop them into position. Now, to layer them up, what I would do, since I need, now if you don't need to have the design behind one of your designs like I do, how that has that arch up there, and I want that design behind it, you could, depending on what design is behind it. Now this one I want to store in the clock, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to store mine on the back side of my actual clock face, so I don't have to stick anything to my clock face in case I want to use my clock face. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the shiner one first, and I'll show you the Cheez-It one too, but I'll show that after in a styled photo for you. And then we're just going to take and we're going to put our clock back together. Now this is pretty easy because this one goes down on the big part of the hands here, and you just pop it down on there. And then these go like this. They're like that. And then this one goes on top, right in the center there. And that pops right on. So there you go. So now we have our hands on. Oh, look at it. Oh my gosh. I don't know why it looks so good when I show it to you guys in the camera, but it does. I'm excited. All right, so now we're just going to pop our bezel back in place. So let's do that. All right. Perfect. Look at how perfect it is. Oh my God. I love it. I love this so much. I can't. It's taking me out. I love it so much. And then you have this cute little clock. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now let's put some batteries in it. All right, so now we're going to put it in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Let's see. There we go. It's 11. Oh my God. I know. I'm getting way too excited. But I love it. Okay. And then what we would do is we would just take and put our back onto our clock. And I just have to make sure I get my holes lined up here. And it just pops right into place. And then you have your clock. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right, let's look at the Cheez-It one too. All right, my craft friends, and here is the Cheez-It version of the clock. What do you think? Don't you love it? I think it is so cute. I think this would be a great idea for a kid's room too. Help them tell time, and I mean, I think we all need to know how to tell time. We've become too reliant on our phones, and actually, honestly, I like a watch. I'm kind of old school in that way. I like a watch, and I like clocks. I don't want to have to search for my phone and, you know, turn it on and then get distracted by something, an email or a text, or I don't know. I just don't like it. Anyway, I like going old school. I think I'm going to keep going more old school myself. What do you guys think? Which one do you like? Do you like the Cheez-It or do you like the Shiner one? All right, my crafty friends, that wraps it up for these 3 fun nostalgic projects. Which one was your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we'd love to have you here at Sweet Bay Lane. Well, until next time, make sure and keep it crafty. And this is for you all that love to see Miss River. There she is, just chilling on the couch. Take a little nap. Say hi, everybody. It's my nap time. It's my nap. It's a baby. Oh, Kitty's a big baby. Look at that little face. Oh my goodness, this face. This face steals my heart. Oh, the baby. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Don't play, girl. Oh, this baby. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.